careful, everyone. Prepare to engage hostiles. They want to fight? Well, they've got it. Ready as I'll ever be. Remember, Marielle, you trained for this. Stay alert, everyone. Got him in my sights. Okay, Marielle, you've got this. People are counting on me. Now that's what I call a 10 out of 10. Wait, what? Over already? Threat eliminated. Area secure. Don't worry about me. I can keep up. Just have to keep on pushing myself. Nice to know my efforts are finally paying off. Still got a ways to go, but I'll get there eventually. I know what justice looks like, and I'm gonna carry it out. Safe to say that there's nothing holding me back. Not anymore. It's over. All right. Next. Got him. You've had your fun. Target destroyed. All right. Keep it up. Sorry it had to come to this. It was either you or me. You had your chance. One for the books. Lay down your weapons. Perfect. Going in for the kill. Here I come. That looked like it hurt. That ought to teach him. Got him on the ropes. I like these odds. This fight's ours. Eat this. Dodge this. Stand still. Being a hero runs in the family. Let's see if you can handle this. Out of my way. I don't have time for you. Fire. Gotcha. Not so fast. Accept defeat. This ought to do. Let's see how they like this. It'll all be over soon. Get back. That's enough. I'm just getting started. You might feel a pinch. You're not gonna lay a finger on any of us. Taking you down. This one's for you, Grandma. There's no escape now. Thought you could run? 1, 2, 3. Say your prayers. Duma. Bringing out the big guns. Let me patch you up. Easy does it, Kay. I'm here for you. Stay focused. We're no pushovers. I didn't come here to play. A little something. Open wide. How could I have let this happen? Captain Lawrence! Ray! No! Come on, get back up! No, Albert! I could have prevented this. This is all my fault. Somebody, he needs help. Hold on just a little longer. Help's on the way. Really? This is how I go. No, I'm not ready yet. If only I were stronger. Oh, that does it. Theo, is this some kind of sick joke? Be there as soon as I can. You're not dying on me, you hear? They're going to regret that. Hey, what are you doing on the ground? Locked and loaded. Ready. Let me take over. I'm good to go. Let me at 'em. Tagging in. Give us a hand, Duma. We're golden now. You're in for a world of pain! Shoot! Now what? Gotta rethink our plan. They don't look like friendlies. Hostile spotted. Roger that. Way ahead of you. Understood. Wanna take the lead? You taking point? Right. Gotcha. Got your back. I've got eyes on 'em. I spot 'em too. We going in? Please be careful. Gotta do what we gotta do. Ready as I'll ever be. Understood. Locked and loaded. Not a problem. Should we cut 'em off? Here we go again. Keep us covered, Kay? Stand back. We got this. Providing cover fire. Ready. Just say the word. Enemy reinforcements. I'm starting to get tired of this. They were waiting in the wings this whole time? Okay, we should be good now. I think we lost them. What is this? Poison? Need some help. That smart's burning up over here. I'm seeing spots. I feel kind of funny. Use your best judgment, everyone. Bring our full force on the target. Engage all hostiles. Got it. Understood. Sounds good. Doing okay? Here you go. This'll see you through. I've got you covered. Look alive, Ray. This should help some. A little pick-me-up. Easy does it. Midas. Here, we're counting on you. No need to hold back now. You've got this. You're good to go now. We can do this, guys. We can still take them. There's that second wind. Copy that, Captain. Thank you. Just what I needed. Thank you, Elena. I can't let them down. I'll give it a shot. Glad to hear it. I'm good to go. Going all out. Seriously. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. You won't find me like that again. I may have overdone it. Shoot. Should have seen this coming. That was amazing. How did you do that? Nice one. Wow. Experience really is the best teacher. Expected nothing less. Don't mess with the Assyrian army. That could have been ugly. Use Scorpium or something else. Looks like they dropped something. Could prove useful down the road. Might as well, right? Not a bad find. Might be worth hanging on to. Don't want to leave this behind. Oh, I can't believe we just stumbled across this. Not sure I want to handle something so valuable. Today's our lucky day. I'm so sorry. Let's hope this does the trick. If I'm right, then this ought to... All right, let's see. Sorry for barging in. Are we sure we can take this? Aren't you just the sweetest thing? I could cuddle you all day. I'll give it the old college try. Never thought I'd be the one making the weapons. Time to show off what I learned at the academy. My grandma was a whiz with a needle and thread. You should have seen the stuffed animal she made for me. Just follow the recipe. Simple as that. I've read my fair share of books, but Well, I'll give it a shot. Do you sense that? There's something here. Didn't buy this from a store or anything. Made it all by myself. Something kind of exhilarating about seeing complex circuitry, don't you think? A good trick to keep your hands steady is to take long, deep breaths. I knew that microgram scale I brought would come in handy, and then the masked hero bursts onto the scene. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, finally getting the hang of this stuff. Tempered ore is beautiful in its own way, isn't it? You know, I might have a future as an engineer. What if I embroidered a little kitty in the corner? That might be cute. A compound is only as good as its ingredients, let's not forget. I feel like I come alive when I write. Will this do? Not half bad if I do say so myself. Things are finally starting to click. A little more practice couldn't hurt. My mind has never felt sharper. Really, it was no trouble at all. All right, I think that should do it. Sorry, I'm not exactly a morning person. Ready when you are. Man, I've missed home-cooked food. Hey! Seems like we should make our way quickly eastward. We'd better set our course west. Well, looks like we're headed south then. We need to head north. We should be heading northeast, I believe. I think we're supposed to head for the southeastern side. We shouldn't waste any time. Let's move to the southwest. We should make for the northwestern side now. To the east, is it? Come on then, westward it is. We're headed south? Right then, let's go. We should move north as soon as we can. We'd best hurry to the northeast. Next we head east. Best not wait around any longer. To the southwest, is it? Right, let's move. Full speed to the northwest. Right, yes. Thank you. Of course I do. I didn't come along just to try and hold you back. I'm ready to pull my own weight. Right. I know. We won't be getting through this way. Better try somewhere else. Let's keep moving. We should get out of here and head back for Parapium's transfer chamber. We won't be getting any further this way. Let's head along the southeastern side. By some miracle, I don't think we'd make it very far down this way. All we can do now is hope and pray they are. Let's make our way for the spire. We should probably try and find another way. Doesn't look like we can get any further this way. Glad we all seem to have found each other again. Sure, if it's within my abilities. Oh, I'm very sorry. We have a rule called the Underdeveloped Planet Preservation Pact, which strictly forbids me from teaching you about any technology from space. Sorry, Nina. Correct. No matter what. Not to mention, I'm not even a medical expert. I would be of no use to you. By force? Just how are you planning on getting me to tell you? Really? You're just blurting that out right in front of me? Could you not? So then, let's say your future is in space, and you want to join a Federation school. That could be a tricky proposition. The issue lies in how the Federation will regard Aster 4 from here on. What do you mean by excuse? But yes, you're right. There is a precedent. Yes, that's right. It was someone from an underdeveloped planet who conducted great research and made their mark on Federation history. At present, I cannot say anything for certain. However, if it happens for you, Nina, I will provide you with my utmost support. Considering your field of expertise, I think it would be best for you to study abroad in the Federation. Oh my gosh, do you have any idea what you've done? It is not nothing. I don't know if it's from Parapium or Vergnus, but Midas somehow managed to steal a machine and bring it here to Aster 4. Midas, are you truly sorry for what you did? In any case, I will confiscate it and take full responsibility for what happened. Don't do anything like this ever again. Okay? I've got my eye on you. What's this about? Oh? What is it? I'll answer as best as I can. Oh, yes. That. Yes. I'm sure we could work something out. Though, it's a little difficult to judge at present, with me alone. Correct. I apologize. I promise I'll do everything I possibly can to help you, though. Is it all right if I get back to you a little later about this? No, I totally get it. The military has haphazardly destroyed your company's property. I won't disappoint you. I'll do all I can to negotiate federal compensation for you. I do not. You're bored, aren't you? What do you usually do when you have free time like today? Or say, on your day off? Really? So do I. That's so true for outer space. Would you mind letting me try out the Vergold battle simulator sometime? You got it. Wow. You do? No, that's not what I meant. I happen to read a lot of books too. I don't see why not. I'm reading the latest digest on Federation laws and regulations. What do you say? You just lay around, but it's your free time. You should really spend it more productively than that. Why would you think that? Considering her position, I wanted Malkia's advice on how to be a better leader. I get it in theory, but when the time comes, I can't help but feel flustered. Deep breathing exercises? I'm finished. What is this supposed to do? You should, Ray. You're our leader, after all. Let's try it out together. It is, isn't it? Thank you so much, Malkia. I'll keep this in mind for next time. Meow. 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 I was just... It was nothing. Right, Ray? Please say it was nothing. See? Nothing's going on here. Definitely not me mimicking a cat to try and get close enough to pet it. That's just nonsense. Oh, yes, I do. My grandmother loved cats more than anything, so she had many at home, and I always wanted a little kitty of my own, but I'm constantly away from home, so that's why whenever I see one on my travels, I just can't help but try and pet them. Oh, such sweet, cute little babies. What? What do you mean? I could do that? A captain, huh? So I can't own a cat without becoming a captain. I have to make it a reality. For the kitties! This is rather sudden. I remember that. I also recall you saying my family is the most notable in all the Federation, and that we're regular UP3 breakers. Don't worry, it didn't bother me. Everyone reminds me literally all the time that I'm a Kenny, so I'm totally used to it. I'm so happy to hear that. Probably more so than anything else I've ever been told up to this point. You got it. We're at the home stretch. Let's fight it out together. Are you all right? Pull yourself together! Getting saved by others is so not your style. Come on, there's a platform over there where we can take it easy. Duma called this quasi-integration. I think we're creating these places using our shared knowledge of them, because we're quasi-integrated with the Scorpium network. You know, though it wasn't for very long, I'm really proud that I got to helm the operations alongside you, back on the bridge of the Aldous. Even though I was on the Astoria when it took down the Aegis, you all accepted me, and needed me, not as Lieutenant Kenny, but just as Marielle. You let me be a part of your family. I felt so appreciated, and you're the only person who's ever said that about me. Though I am naturally gifted, that reputation is hung over my head. It's made me utterly useless. Yes, you're right. But I have to wonder, why didn't anyone in the Federation ever challenge me, or my family name? You were the only one who did. Ray, what are you saying? Right, of course. You startled me. Yes, let's do that. Even if that means our paths have to diverge at some point. Don't sneak up on me like that. Military rations. What makes you think that? I'm sorry. When you're on military duty, you're never allowed to snack. I was just so hungry. Thank you. Would you like one? I've got salami, veggie salad, and takoyaki ones right now. Here you go. An excellent choice. Can't go wrong with a classic. Oh, so you know what takoyaki is? I totally agree. That's why I always stock up whenever I find them. Okay, I'll do that. Tell you what, I'll even hand them out to everyone on the Aldous, too. Are we talking money all of a sudden? I'm not so sure you would. To be perfectly honest with you, I've never paid much attention to my salary. No, I mean, I don't have time to spend it. You can't shop when you're on long-term duty, you know. Easier said than done. Yeah, that would probably be the most sensible idea. It'd be really fun to have a lavish party and invite the whole crew. Of course, by all means. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. Maybe. I'll give it some thought. You know what? Why don't you come shopping with me? No particular reason or anything. I just want to have someone looking out for me so I don't make any mistakes with my money, you know? I mean, you're the one who brought it up in the first place. I would never. And I have absolutely zero interest. No thanks. There's no way that could end well. And you might want to think about cutting back too, Ray. Stealing it was certainly a grave violation of military regulations. But at the same time, I was simply following my convictions. I don't regret doing it. I figured I could probably save the crew members of the Aegis, or at least recover its flight recorder. It might have seemed impulsive, but I put a lot of thought into what I was doing. That's not a violation of military regulations, actually. Correct. That was just a case of disobeying an order I deemed to be unjust. That in itself does not violate regulations. My objective is to fulfill my duties as a Federation officer, in accordance with the law and my beliefs. But regrettably, it seems that I am not capable enough to accomplish that objective yet. Look what ended up happening because of me. Thank you for saying so. That tells me that what I did needed to be done, despite my inexperience. Well, Leticia asked me to come look at the cosmos. Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as Ray, though the view does vary by location, so I wouldn't say I ever get tired of it. Ray, which do you like better? Seeing the stars from space like this? Or seeing them up in the sky from the ground? I agree. They're so close, I feel like I can touch them. Sometimes I even find myself reaching my hand out. When you put it like that, I think I used to feel the same way when I was a kid. For the first time in forever, I feel like seeing the skies of my hometown again. Wow, you really need to get more in touch with your sensitive side. Please excuse me for dropping in on you unannounced. Oh, Chloe! And Captain Raymond. No funny business, I assure you. Antonio has a lot of experience as a captain, so I came to ask him how best to prepare. Oh, Chloe! And Leticia, too. Yes, Antonio has a lot of experience as a captain, so I came to ask him how best to prepare. I didn't want to ask him in front of Sayuri and the others. Well, of course I asked Captain Raymond, but he told me that everyone has their own way of thinking about these things. Right? Well, of course I asked Captain Raymond, but he told me that everyone has their own way of thinking about these things. Thank you, Antonio. I've kept all my concerns hidden away for fear of making them feel uneasy. I thought that was for the best, but I may have actually made them more anxious by putting up my guard. It's highlighted in places. It seems a captain must also master the art of winning people over. I have a tough road ahead of me, don't I? So then, let's say your future is in space, and you want to join a Federation school. That could be a tricky proposition. No, sorry, that's not what I meant. The issue is, we don't really know how the Federation will consider Astor 4 from here on. Yes, unfortunately. Actually, there is a precedent. Yes, that's right. It was someone from an underdeveloped planet who conducted great research and made their mark on Federation history. I can't affirm anything at this point in time, but please don't lose hope, Nina. Know that I will support you wholeheartedly when it comes to it. Yes, I decided to join Nina during her studies. I also wish to learn more about the Scorpium myself. I'm not withholding that to be mean to you, Nina. It's due to the Underdeveloped Planet Preservation Pact. It's a necessary system to ensure that you and your planet acquire medical knowledge over the years properly. Nina, don't you think it's better off calling it a day at this point? It's definitely important to obtain knowledge, But you also need to consider the method you use when doing so. Exactly. I've had the same experience. If you keep doing things alone, your sense of time management will get messed up. That is correct. If you let someone supervise you, you'll actually study much more efficiently and learn much faster. Nina, if you allow me, I can perhaps help you organize your studies in a more structured manner. There are also things I wish to discover at this learning facility, so if we learn together, you can study and maintain a sustainable pace at the same time. I sure am. As a graduate of higher education, I know I'll be able to help you out. Perhaps we can first begin by summarizing what we learned today together. Not so sure about the whole teacher thing, but I'll give it a shot.
Oh, hello, Leticia. That is true. To our surprise, we have something in common. Exactly right. And another thing, you also get blamed for things that aren't your fault. Ah, you mean an autograph? Yes, I've had that too.
I could never refuse. At one point, I was even forced to bring home a stack of empty cards.
Well, my grandfather enjoyed it, especially for the lady officers. He drew pictures and wrote with colored pens. My grandmother was too embarrassed to write almost anything, so she struggled with it. Oh, hello, Leticia. Yes. You see, when traveling through space, you spend a lot of time in your ship. Novelty wears off pretty quick, so you sorta gotta have a hobby to keep yourself in good spirits. I used to be pretty skeptical too when I heard about the benefits of pursuing a hobby in space. But making use of your free time in an enjoyable way really does change your whole perspective. Immersing yourself in a hobby clears your mind and prevents you from worrying about trivial things. And for many, it might even help you eat and sleep better too. Some even see improvements in their skin condition and physical health. The list goes on. Hand-to-hand combat training. What's the matter? Okay. Yeah, I really do. Ha! Huh! Yes, I suppose I have. Mostly on missions, but even still, the number is pretty high, I believe. Huh? Wow, no. I would not call myself worldly at all. Seriously, I'm not being modest. If I'm going to be compared to you, I'll be the one to come up short. You are royalty, after all, responsible for an entire kingdom. I can't even imagine what that's like. Who's being modest now? You are always so dignified. It's impressive. No, I disagree. It is you, Leticia, who... the grass always looks greener on the other side, right? Very true. I might need a little more time with that, though. It's special. To everyone else more than me, I guess. Sometimes it just feels like a weight on my shoulders. Well, my grandparents and their forebearers played a major role in Federation history. They were incredible. You can definitely find them in textbooks. Right. I'm no giant, though. I'm just a little girl stuck at the far end of our great family table. Leticia. Thank you. It feels a little lighter now. Yeah, you're probably right. I can't keep avoiding it forever, can I? What a magnificent garden. Every corner has been so well attended to. Just looking at it makes me feel so relaxed. Is that right? I find these small flowers especially charming. You grew them. I don't know a lot about royalty, but isn't it unusual for a royal to do things like that themselves? And now you can grow pretty flowers like these. That's wonderful. I could never do that. Are you sure? But I'm not permitted to transport flowers off this planet. I'm sorry. Under the right circumstances, it might be possible to transport it, provided I follow the proper procedures. But that'll take a long time, and it's still not guaranteed. The beauty of flowers is universal. Someday in the future, I would very much like to see Princess Leticia's flowers growing from the soil of another planet. Yes. Actually, I've never shopped at a store with a friend before. Yes, absolutely, if you want to, Leticia. I'm a little nervous. I had a really nice time. Who would have thought? I had no idea shopping could be so much fun with someone to talk to. Nina, thank you so much for inviting me. Are you serious? Yes, definitely. Theo, are there any special tactics you use when coordinating your men? I heard you have had a long career and are idolized by your subordinates. I see. I seem to lack that the most. Huh? It's just for appearance. Is that really good enough? I see. I have definitely plagued my crew with uncertainty. Thank you. I think I understand a little more about what confidence really is. How could I possibly show acting ability so soon? I've only just learned this. I just don't have it. Leticia, grab my hand! That was a close call. I discovered a safe location over there. Can you move? There were many kinds of locations here. As soon as I realized that you might get washed away, the current here suddenly became placid and calm. I really can't tell you the logic behind it.
Maybe, as a result of quasi-integration, it chose the place where we first learned about each other.
This location is important to me for one other reason, too. It's also where I first became unavoidably aware of the truth behind my family and their status.
Yes, that in fact, I am no different from them.
Despite my ill feeling toward the Kenny name and the Kenny history, I did the same thing they did. No, not at all. In fact, I felt at peace with it, and at peace with myself. Leticia, you cannot run away from the roads life puts in front of you, but you can choose which one to take. It's pretty tough being a human. We tend to overthink. Actually, I was thinking the same thing too. I was kind of hoping you would understand how I felt about all that. We could have dinner together sometimes and complain about things we can't tell anyone else. Then, to ensure a peaceful universe, let's fight just a little more. Please, don't startle me like that. Military provisions. How do you know? Sorry. It is absolutely forbidden to snack while on a mission. But I was just so hungry. Thank you. Since we're on the subject, would you like one? Yep. I have salami, veggie salad, and takoyaki. Nice choice. Salami is a classic umaibo flavor. Oh, you do? Well, the snack is good, but I am personally partial to the real thing. That's a good choice for your first time. You know, I've even heard that some kids on Earth actually develop an appreciation for vegetables and salad by eating this stuff. Go ahead, Leticia. Enter a brand new world of taste. It's a traditional Earth dish. We chop up a giant 8-legged sea creature, drop it in dough, then roll it up into little balls and grill it. Try this and you won't have to. Try it and find out. You have to see for yourself, right? So go ahead, take a bite. No, the Federation provoked this situation in the first place, and we almost refused him, using the Pact as a shield. Oh, there really is no need. If the king is recovering, that's all that counts. Also, I should mention, as an officer of the Pan-Galactic Federation, I cannot accept any gifts or anything from local royalty like you, Leticia. Huh? Excuse me? What? I've never really thought about whether I like it or not. Huh? What? Please don't worry about it. I appreciate the gesture, though. Phew. It's hot. I am not particularly good at dealing with the heat. This clothing normally regulates my body temperature according to how hot or cold it is outside. No maintenance has been performed on it for some time, so it's not working. It's hot. Oh, thank you. But since I've been here,
People passing by have been buying me lots of cold drinks. I think I drank too much. Should I stay cool or avoid getting too full? That is the question. A frightening story? Unfortunately, I don't think something psychological will have any effect against this heat. But it might be worth a try, right? So, do you know any horror stories, Leticia? Truly, thank you for your concern. Undress? Oh, I understand. One layer, right? What was I thinking? I know, I got it. No need to imagine. I don't think my brain is working in this heat. Okay, if it gets really, really hot, I'll take a layer off. But on the other hand, a Federation officer shouldn't shed their uniform so easily.
Connection established. Do you copy? Does this device belong to Raymond Lawrence, captain of the Aegis, outbound from the planet of Vergold? Pardon the sudden contact. This is the first officer of the Pan-Galactic Federation vessel Astoria, Marielle L. Please, allow me to explain. We are currently en route to rescue the crew of the Aegis. Wait, who is in violation of the UP-3? Explain yourself, please. What is going on? Wait, we still have to...
I am Lieutenant Marielle L. Kenny of the Pan-Galactic Federation. The two of you are under arrest for violation of the Underdeveloped Planet Preservation Pact. That is not true. We only... Behind you, Raymond! What? I can't. The Underdeveloped Planet Fine. I get it. This is Marielle. Akizuki, do you read? I am requesting a medpod transfer here. Stat. It is for the elderly man lying near me. Understood. Please commence transfer. It was the Pan-Galactic Federation that violated the laws of your kingdom first. Pardon me, Your Highness. But please, you must rest for now. Okay then. Let me contact my ship and have it prepare for transfer. But that means the people of this planet could overhear us. So be it. Marielle to Akizuki. I'm going to speak with Captain Raymond and some of the local populace for a moment. Yes, I understand. However, please hold your position. Thank you for waiting, shall we? The truth is, I have no idea why Bennett the Astoria's captain opened fire. It's a mystery to me. I am well aware of that. Am I correct in assuming you're an android? I have heard that the androids made by Arnold Robotics on Vergold are among the finest in the galaxy. Elena, I swear to you that all I speak here is absolutely true, including the fact that I came here to help. The truth is, Captain, we can be in contact range of the Vergold registered merchant vessel Aegis in 3 minutes. Captain, please wait. May I remind you, cloaking is for emergency situations only. It is also prohibited during warp for the safety of other vessels. No, it's just that we have no reason to fire upon a ship from planet Vergold, especially without warning. Even if they were hostile, attacking without warning is a violation of Article 32. Wait! Upon exiting warp, prepare to attack. Phase cannons? Do you intend to destroy them? Repeating the orders isn't merely for confirmation. It is also to allow for correction in the event of an order given in error. Are you referring to their recent actions as an anti-Federation influence? Even then, attacking them unprovoked and without notice will only work to their benefit. No! Captain, what you are doing is criminal. Upon my authority as first officer, I hereby relieve you of command. Wait, what? Wake up, everyone! This is crazy! What's happened to you all? That thing? I was released as soon as we returned to base. My guess is the captain thought me a nuisance, but little more than that. So I borrowed a ship from the space station and escaped once I had the chance. I was hoping to recover the black box of the Aegis. With it, I should be able to acquire proof of Captain Bennett's misconduct. When I was little, my grandmother taught me the ins and outs of the Federation's core systems. I can infiltrate them pretty much as I please. I'm certain my use of the ship will go unnoticed for some time. And my grandfather had this to say to me: trust in what you think is right. I know you've got what it takes to stick to your principles through thick and thin. Now, go and apologize to the Aegis's captain. That's not all. Some members of the crew who doubted the motives of Bennett and the Astoria also came along with me. The high-speed merchant vessel Akizuki is now currently monitoring my status from planetary orbit. Yes. I know it might be discomforting, but it was a necessary precaution to ensure my safety. Well, no, not exactly. I just wasn't expecting. All of the crew, including myself, share the blame for not stopping the Astoria's attack upon your ship. You have my word that we will make the proper restitutions, punish those responsible, and bring the truth to light. Captain Raymond. Thank you. Well, I can't say for certain. However, those two I met were also being hunted by Captain Bennett, much like the Aegis. They are military deserters from Vir, another Federation member planet. This is all according to Bennett, though, so I can't be sure how much of it is true. The only thing I know for certain is that they're acting unlawfully here on this planet. Yes, correct. I realize this is rude of me to ask, but will you help me apprehend them? That's impossible without transport trackers or communicators, as you know. I cannot permit the use of Akizuki's equipment, but I can assist. Personally, please don't underestimate me. My grandfather taught me how to shoot, and my grandmother instructed me in close-quarters combat. A war on an underdeveloped planet doesn't frighten me. And another thing, address me with a little more respect. I am keeping my involvement to the bare minimum. I came with as little equipment as possible to reduce the impact the Federation's actions have upon this planet's historical trajectory. Not to mention that I came here alone. If you doubt my resolve, then I'll convince you with my actions. I am in no position to argue anyway. Yes, I suppose so. Normally, my only interaction with such stars is a sector data on a screen, but when you can look up what the ground beneath your feet, it's beautiful. Is that sarcasm? My grandfather often said things like that. Grandmother disagreed with him, but I never would have imagined I'd find myself in this situation. We have a lot of enemies, you know. How I was bullied since I was a child, coming from a military family known to be blind to all but the end results. I don't want to be a hero. All I want is to perform my duty faithfully and see justice enacted. I knew you were being sarcastic. Your Royal Highness, I'm sorry. Is this area off limits to those with no business here? But in that case, please, you can call me by my name too, Your High. My rank has absolutely no meaning here. Anyway, exactly. Leticia. I had intended to, but Ray rejected the idea. However, if what he says is true, help will be coming for them from Vergold sooner or later. Leticia, do you have feelings for Captain Raymond? Don't ever get involved with sailors. Nothing good will ever come of it. A sailor will always value his ship over his woman. You'll know no happiness with a sailor. Oh, just words of wisdom drilled into my head by a certain woman I know who married the captain of a spaceship. But it can't be all bad, Leticia. Maester Midas, did you actually create the Folga? Unbelievable. It's just so clearly far beyond the civilization level of this planet. You must be an engineer of great talent. I'm sorry, but I can't share the details of the analysis. Correct. No, though I'm unsure if it exists on this planet, but it was a substance widely available throughout the galaxy. What do you mean? Though not the majority, many races in the galaxy have appearances similar to your own. So there is no reason why I should find you especially surprising. Colonel Valange, stand down! Do not make your crimes any worse. Ridiculous! An integration of artificial and organic life? Is that possible? Wait, what? The base is cybernetic? What? Marielle calling the Akizuki. Send me the trace coordinates of the two who just vanished. No. What now? Copy that. Marielle to the Akizuki. Please open a channel to the merchant vessel Aldous as soon as possible. Once the channel is open, patch it through to Captain Raymond's universal device. Understood. Whenever you're ready. No. I'm afraid not. Much quicker than expected. The unidentified vessel is apparently no less than 3 hours away from Aster 4's orbit. Unfortunately, the unidentified vessel also possesses speed on par with the Astoria. Depending on what they want, it may be dangerous to take our time here. Even if we apprehend her and take her with us, our own violations of military law rule out the prospect of a proper investigation. The Akizuki's purpose is to rescue the crew of the Aegis. I'd prefer to postpone the arrest of any Virian deserters until we're properly prepared. Leticia, can you keep an eye on Lola in the meantime? Great, thank you. On behalf of the Federation, I sincerely apologize for this inconvenience. Marielle to Akizuki. Requesting transport. Deck 1. Bridge. Hey guys, I'm back. Well, there were a few crazy enough to join me in stealing a ship from a base. Let me introduce everyone. This is Sayuri, handling the helm, communications, and analysis. And here we have Pike. He's in charge of weapons, and defense systems, and transfers, and deflectors. And finally there's Kasim, who has engineering all to himself. Kasim? Oh, and I'm the provisional captain. The 4 of us are the crew of the Federation merchant vessel GFSS 12193, the Akizuki. So everyone, meet Captain Raymond of the merchant vessel Aegis and his officers Elena and Chloe. Our first order of business will be leaving the Aster system and getting you all to the Aldous. Given the extraordinary circumstances and the fact that an unidentified ship is approaching, I'd like to ask for your help. Is it all right if you assume some of Sayuri and Pike's stations? Captain Raymond, what does that console and the captain's chair tell you? Then why don't you try sitting there? Look, you're the only one present with actual experience as a captain. I'm ashamed to admit it, but the truth is, we're in a little over our heads here. Can we lean upon those amazing skills that allowed your crew to escape the Astoria's attack alive? Understood, Captain. Chloe? Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. We have no choice. Captain Antonio, I'm Marielle L. Kenny, First Officer of the Akizuki. The unidentified vessel's ETA in this sector is approximately 2 hours. For Raymond and the others, I ask that you do everything you can to reach us at maximum speed. Is that wise? Well, we have 4 phase cannons, 3 layers of shields, no cloaking system, and a subspace warp engine. The idea is we will conceal our position from their sensors, using the shadow of Aster 4. I only know it from lectures at the Academy. What the? This ship! Its outward appearance gives no clue to its combat abilities. 11 normal, 12 at maximum. If they're the equivalent of a battleship, getting into a game of cat and mouse will not go well for us. This is going to be a long 8 hours. Decreasing absolute speed. You mean it is adopting an aggressive posture? Decreasing absolute speed. You mean it is adopting an aggressive posture? Enemy ship. Wait, are we that certain they mean to attack? Why would they suddenly break from the standoff? Just follow Captain Raymond's orders. They're transferring. And just who are you referring to? Hello, I'm Lieutenant Marielle L. Kenny, First Officer of the Pan-Galactic Federation vessel Astoria. No, of course not. But I'll, do my best. A Federation ship. They may be coming to apprehend Sayuri and I. Not so sure about this. What? I agree. We may gain some valuable information this way. Arrested. Oh, yes. I suppose you're right. There's so much to learn. I'd like to at least get a little more familiar with the Aldous before we meet up with the Vela Gulf so that I may be of some use if the situation turns bad. I can't allow myself to be tired. I don't want this to be a repeat of the Aegis. I have a duty to protect the Aldous as a soldier of the Federation. I'll do my best. Understood, Captain. This emergency you mentioned, I am aware of that and ready. How did headquarters come by this intel? You know, Captain, it hasn't been that long since I left the Astoria, yet there seems to be too much new information. Captain, please don't make light of it. Even a single ship deviating from the chain of command is cause for alarm. If all of these ships are under the influence of Scorpium, then the risk to the entire galaxy is very real. What do you mean? I think Lola's hunch may be right about Scorpium having infiltrated the Federation undetected. But isn't Duma also a part of Scorpium? It must be hiding something. Captain, the Vela Gulf is hailing us. Putting on screen now. Currently maintaining distances of 500,000 kilometers with Bravo and 760,000 with Charlie. Activating auto-evasion. How could they miss at that interval? What sort of ship is that? The Vela Gulf's attacks on Charlie also landed. Captain, the Vela Gulf is hailing us, so we're boarding the Scorpion battleship. If he's even still alive, we must hurry. If more Scorpion arrive, there's no telling what could happen. I must say, they all look quite different from each other. It also belongs to a high-ranking officer. What does this mean? Captain Lewis Haynes, a military officer from Earth. They also have Federation officer uniforms. And why should we believe you? What exactly is happening here? The Astoria. The Astoria is connected with the Centralists? No! Stop, please! Wait! We must help them! Captain Curtis. What the hell are you talking about? That ship attacked the Akizuki! That was a mistake in Scorpion's judgment! Don't tell me you're thinking of going straight to their base! There's no way we can travel that far. Yes, I'd like to learn as much from JJ as I can, but I'm not quite sure how exactly to ask. Correct. I saw a great many of my comrades that had been integrated beyond the point of recognition on the ship where we met you. They were unquestionably hostile not only towards me, but towards Raymond and Leticia as well. But then, we found you fighting to protect all those refugees. Normal? Well, yes, that is all true, I suppose. But is Scorpium... That's how it seems to me. But why would you do that? Very well. I don't get it, though. What about those Federation officers? All of this has given me a headache. I'm going to go get some rest. The evolution of humanoid races, huh? Understood. Centralists? I just don't understand it. What? Oh, I'm sorry. That was not my intent. No, I don't understand this city. The Scorpion we saw in the Manuke system. You. Wouldn't you already be familiar with this place thanks to the network? Yes, I suppose that's true. Are you certain it's not dangerous? Understood. Okay, thank you. Am I correct in assuming that the Centralists are a faction that has emerged within the network and brought about infighting amongst the Scorpium? From outside! That's the Astoria! What's happening? Is the Federation using Scorpium to carry out an invasion? But how is that? Wait a second. That Scorpium is... I understand. We have to go help the inhabitants of Parapium. I cannot let the Astoria's crimes go unchecked any longer. Albert, thank you. You have opened my eyes. I am now prepared to fight. Any doubts are gone now. After seeing all this, it's clear that Captain Bennett is in the wrong. Of course. JJ, may I ask you to guide us there? Everyone, we have to move quickly. Please don't tell me they will all be Centralists. What would Captain Bennett want with a place that's capable of all this? Yes. Captain Bennett! What? No. What? But when? When did you integrate with Scorpium? That long ago? You speak of the fate of the Federation. Don't tell me you're seriously planning to strike at the Federation alongside the Centralists. Just like you did with Captain Curtis and the Vela Gulf. You've lost your mind. I would rather die than end up like you. Who is this sovereign? Is it a high-ranking Federation officer? No! Tell me now! No. Isn't there anything we can do? A high-ranking officer? Who the hell could it be? Huh? With this much evidence, I'd say it's certain. I can't believe it. I want to say it isn't true, but Commander Remington is the sovereign. Without you, we would have been fighting the Scorpion with little to no understanding of what it even was. And thanks to you, we were able to uncover Captain Bennett's, the Federation's, crimes. I am truly grateful. Is something wrong? That is true. It would definitely be beneficial if JJ was able to come with us. Perhaps he may even be able to communicate with the hostile Scorpium. What? How? Captain Curtis! Actually, Captain Bennett and his entire crew was integrated to Scorpium, and they invaded a Scorpium colony. He was firing upon non-combatants, so we had no choice but to engage him, But, Captain, can it be true that a fleet under Commander Remington is currently attacking Vergold? Captain, Commander Remington is connected with the Centralist Scorpium, the same force that attacked the Manuk system. It is likely that the commander himself has been integrated, and we have evidence that shows he may even be the Centralist leader. The truth is, you come all this way just to retreat? They're going to fire on an incapacitated ship? Wait, what is this? Look at tacticals. 2 of the Federation ships have left the battle line, and they are now heading for the planet. Raoul Lawrence, this is Lieutenant Marielle L. Kenny of the Pan-Galactic Federation. Please, sir, heed your son's warning. These ships are renegades, broken away from the fleet's chain of command. Normal assumptions do not apply. Admiral Maverick! He's a good man who worked alongside my grandfather at the Federation. We can trust him. Nature does not make leaps. One of the fundamental theories for evolution on Earth. The theory states that life evolves gradually, a single step at a time. Yes, and when evolution takes a great leap forward due to some unusual mutation, it always ends up as a heavy burden for the individual or species in question. I'm hypothesizing, but when I think about what may happen should these Centralists who are so unpredictable successfully seize this place, it fills me with dread. The Federation has yet to create an energy technology comparable to the Symbo Drive. While the Federation is more advanced than Vergold in other fields of technology, it's difficult to think they had anything to do with this. You can tell just by looking at Elena. There are no androids as advanced as her in the entire Federation. And it's not just android tech. Their Symbo Drives are the reason that the Vergoldian interstellar military is capable of fending off a Federation fleet. I can't make any promises. Admiral Remington, what drives you to do this? You violated Federation regulations, used military assets for personal purposes, and furthermore, concealed the existence of Scorpium itself and the situation at Fear. You will face retribution for your actions under Federation law. Don't be ridiculous. Yes, but I'm... Ray, I'm okay now. Thank you. What you say is true. My family's track record as soldiers of the Federation was perhaps never the most praiseworthy. And my distaste for my family's legacy is precisely why I swore to myself that I would uphold Federation law to the letter during my career. But I will not abide by words from you. Childish logic. Excusing your own actions because someone else did it? Have you no shame? We will never let that happen, Remington Kurtzman. Your misguided ambitions end here and now! I will never permit that to happen! We need to defeat him either way. He must pay for making a mockery of the Federation and my family's history. We'll speak to those Scorpium that have faculty of speech and enforce Federation regulations. This kind of Scorpium lawlessness will not be allowed in the galaxy any longer. What's going to happen to all the officers who turn themselves in? Yes, sir. About that. Yes, sir. But I believe that it should not excuse me from Federation law, though. I knowingly violated the UP-3. For that, and for the illegal seizure of the merchant vessel Akizuki, I should be brought to trial. Admiral. Sir, I can explain it all to you later. I'll also discuss whether the Federation even retains the capabilities to do so. What's this now? Well, under regular circumstances, a planet such as Aster 4 would be flagged as a protectorate the moment a figure of importance, like Leticia, makes contact with a high-ranking Federation officer. Ray, what do you think would be best? Right, especially now, since Aster 4 has made official contact with planet Vergold, too. Should the Federation try to muscle in and force anything here, it would only aggravate whatever fragile relation they have with Vergold now. So, for that reason and more, it's on hold. Yes, just floating in the air. Between us and Leticia, I think we can force the Federation to cool down its urges for a while. So, Leticia, you're royalty, right? Which means you're one of the recognized representatives for a major percentage of Aster 4's population, yes? And Midas and Nina, they're some of the greatest minds the planet has to offer.
Whenever such people of your caliber come into contact with Federation technology, their native planet gets registered as a protectorate. There are ramifications, but there is one in particular that Ray's concerned about. Okay, registering a planet as a Federation protectorate is almost like a public proclamation that they are laying future claim to the planet as a Virgoldian. And also as someone who witnessed all the controversy here, it's hard for him to accept that. If we're being frank, I don't think the Federation in its current state is in any position to register Aster 4 as a protectorate. I just have one concern. As long as I remain military personnel, making Aster 4 a protectorate is the only way I'd ever be able to see any of you again. It truly is. Debris from the battle between Akizuki and the Scorpium ship? Hang on now. What are Scorpium doing in this system on a scale like that? The Pangalactic Federation will serve under your leadership, no more! If this is all a projection of Buldor's psyche, that means we're essentially inside his mind? Yes, correct. And even with all the technological advancements we've seen, your story is quite common. Gods are a norm, but are not an existence. We humanoids unfortunately cause war and strife. But we too are the ones who bring peace and order! Yes. As I mentioned before, Aster 4's prolonged contact with more advanced civilizations categorized it as a protectorate of the Pangalactic Federation. No, nothing quite as direct as that. Aster will remain under observation to prevent any unnecessary interaction with advanced civilizations until it reaches a certain threshold. Guess some things are hard to change. And though it might not exactly be compensation, all of you, who have been subject to intense intervention, now have the option to travel to any Federation system to live or study. I see. You know, you're probably right. All things considered, I can probably visit again too, so long as you are the only ones I interact with. Veer will play a critical role in the Federation's investigation of the Scorpium for sure, which means there will be times when we will need to contact Colonel Valange and Lieutenant Lola here on Aster, which should mean that I can see all of you again, so long as I avoid contact with anyone else. I wonder if my ancestors also felt the same way long ago. It does seem about time. 583. An unprecedented crisis for the Pangalactic Federation was resolved with the cooperation of the planets Vergold and Aster 4. However, the corruption which plagued the highest levels of Federation leadership continues to leave its mark on the organization. Amidst growing calls from Federation captains, my grandfather, Emerson T. Kenny, was assigned as interim commander of the Federation fleet. A retired military man, he refused at first, but after much pushback, he took the reins to lead the Federation from its worst crisis yet. Through these troubled events, I've come to question the Federation's purpose in this galaxy, as well as my own function as one of its officers. But I choose to believe that its cause is still just. We must ensure a future of peace. Pangalactic Federation Lieutenant Marielle L. Kenny. It's Lieutenant Colonel. This information came from, You may be right. Yes, I would agree. You really saved me back there. You did. And that's exactly what we needed. We really need to stomp out the corrupt practices Remington and his supporters put in effect. Backroom dealings, influence bought through bribes. The Federation's hands are still far from clean. Not sure there's much we can do about that. The scales of power are too heavily tipped. If the Federation falls, well, that's just another page in history. Okay then. Federation envoy is off this way. I don't know if you heard, Ray, but I got promoted to Lieutenant Colonel. I could find myself an admiral one day. So you know, if things do work out that way. The whole Vergold-led planetary alliance bit. If I climb the ranks on this end, and you on yours, who knows? Maybe our paths might cross again. Really? I'm in this for the long haul, and that's a promise. I offer no objection. Sorry for dragging you all the way out here when you're so busy for that. Yeah, thanks. Huh? Now there's an idea I like. He seems busy. Ray, we're not here to force anyone. Let's leave him be, shall we?
I wish Duma would give up more intel, but then again, it might be too biased. After all this, I'd say this monster here's clearly the one that's causing all the ruckus. It sure knows how to hit us off-key and off-guard. We better prepare for battle. About that. I'm pretty sure that's not meant to mean literally underground, you know. I knew a battle was at hand. Is that noise what I think it is? If you're a pop star, well, then I'm... Hey, that's mine! Give it back! That's my friend! Now give it back! Give it back, right? Meow! You make my first stand on end. If you're not gonna hand it over, I'll just have to swipe it off ya. Right. Leticia, what curse? All I can remember is this silly dream I had. I think I was a cat or something? If you're headed up, I can help out. Of course, I'll be okay. Plus, this place seems... Right. Sorry to leave this whole mess in your hands. Situation notwithstanding, how could I break so many Federation protocols in such a short amount of time? You don't need to worry about me. We all have our own battles to face out here, it seems. The Federation, and I count myself among those responsible, have done a grave disservice to your world, and I am truly sorry. I can't help but worry about who that unidentified battleship might actually belong to. Baldor seemed to have expected them, but what could that mean? I was going to return the Akizuki once all was said and done, you know. I made you captain, though, so I can only be mad at myself. What's 1 or 2 Akizuki-class ships compared to the lives of all our crew? If I've got to face a court-martial or the federal court over it, so be it! Oh, we weren't here very long at all, but it seems like I've grown to like this beautiful planet, which is exactly why I won't stand to see it torn apart. They were the ones who started things here by meddling in the Emperor's affairs, right? So I feel it's only right that we now coordinate with the princess to set things back on course. Sorry if it sounded at all like I was talking down to you before. Your help is absolutely vital in resolving this situation. I can only ask that you please aid us in our cause. Who could this sovereign be that was able to draw even high-ranking Federation officers into the Centralist Scorpium Circle? The threat of assimilation into the Centralists probably followed me for a long time without me even noticing. All these people in just one city, in one nation, on one single planet. Madness to think you could assimilate everyone on every planet in the entire universe. It's hard to really comprehend how we're just data on a network now. I'm even starting to question whether this is really my own body or not. I know I am in no position to ask for it, but I still appreciate your help in securing the Virian deserters. We might have our differences, but I live by a moral code I refuse to turn my back to, one that calls me to tomorrow's battle. I will be there alongside you tomorrow, committed to this fight as much as anyone. I'll be fine. I'm ready for this. You'll see. Nervous? Me? Of course not. I was top of my class in close combat, you know. No matter how many times Baldor comes back, we'll be there to put a stop to him once again. I cannot stand by and let these Virians break any more of our laws. I will stop them myself if I have to. Please spend your time however you want on this ship. You are the captain now, after all. We're lucky that Antonio is so flexible. I wouldn't have been surprised if he tossed us all out of an airlock. Just a bit longer and I'll finally be able to get some proper rest. I wonder what this meter does. Guess I can't help being a little out of my element here on a non-Federation ship. While I have to say, the Aldous' specs are beyond anything I've seen on a civilian vessel, it still cannot stand up to face a proper battleship on equal footing. The capabilities of military and civilian vessels here in space are very different. Unfortunately, that means our arrival will be a bit later than planned. So the Scorpium have infiltrated even fleet headquarters? What in the world is happening? Some of what JJ says is still so hard for me to believe. I think I need some rest. I still can't fathom what level of technology and intelligence it requires to attach a device to a wormhole. If the Astoria is here, then that obviously means the Vela Gulf is... No! I don't care how much Vergold's stance opposes that of the Federation. Attacking them without proper warning is unjustifiable. Admiral Luca Maverick is a man who wears his just heart like a badge of honor. His family has a much more distinguished military pedigree than we Kennys and our rogue gallery of insubordinate soldiers. Before all of this, I couldn't stand it unless everything went strictly according to the rules. But now, I don't know. For some reason, I feel comfortable letting things lay as they will. What I want and who I am are so topsy-turvy now. I really don't know what to do. There has to be some happy answer out there. So long as Boldor's self exists within the network, he'll be able to replicate himself endlessly. I had Sayuri get in touch with Captain Curtis, but it sounds like they have their hands full with Centralists too. I'm fine now. I can say for certain that nothing my family has done in any way compares to Remington's misdeeds. Don't worry. I see things clearly now. I must fight to right the misdeeds of the Astoria. Captain Bennett has been a Scorpion for 15 years? How deep have they infiltrated the Federation? Damn it! Duma, you ready? Watch out! Take this!